All right, welcome into North Shore Bass Series Tournament Talk TV. We're at Riverside Marine with Randy Fincher. Randy, we just did the other show. We're going right into another show. This is a whole different show. If you ever been here, you ever watched the show with me and Jason, we get the tournament guys in here. We just like pulling teeth trying to get some information, but it's fun, huh, Jason?
It is. It's a little more laid back. There's some buffoonery.
Buffoonery?
Yeah, buffoonery goes in. We've had wigs on before. Shenanigans. I can't spell that. Don't use it. But you know, we talk about Surrey. She doesn't talk to me anymore. We had a breakup a couple of years ago, man. It was bad.
Too emotional.
She just
out the window.
She just.
Because you couldn't spell her name?
Right. It sounds like it's got a U in it, but it
There's a new girl in town, Lexus. Is that
yeah,
her?
I haven't met her yet. I can't afford Google.
She's got a
Talk
good
or
voice.
whatever. Okay.
All right, Randy Fincher. Randy, talk a little bit about your establishment here,
right.
Highway 59, Mandeville. First of all, thanks for having us. And thanks for
you.
supplying the shrimp dip.
Yes, absolutely. My wife made it. It's very good. We over here off 59, by Parish Concrete, by the S curve.
South of the Trace.
South of the Trace.
There you go.
Right south of the Trace.
Yeah.
I was slightly confused.
North of the interstate.
North of the interstate, south of the Trace.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's where we are. We tucked back. We tucked in the back here.
Yeah.
But it's safe. If somebody wants to drop a boat off or
Fenced
something,
in
it's
yard
fenced in.
and very safe back here. Plenty of surveillance.
Yes.
Now let's talk engines. I mean, you see engines come in here. And
Four
go.
strokes, baby. Four
There,
strokes.
That's exactly what I want. I wanted to get
Two
some good
strokes.
info here.
I do like two strokes. Simple engines. Gas mileage. Gas mileage is the way to go now. The four strokes are practically bulletproof. They've been around long enough. Go get you one. I'm satisfied the way they run in.
Brands? Any brands?
Just pick a
recommend?
color. I can say my favorite, but mine's a Suzuki. I like the Suzuki four strokes. I hardly ever work on them. Being a mechanic shop, that's a kind of
That's a clue.
That's a clue.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it right
Definitely a
there.
clue.
I same thing with the rest of them. No, they all, as long as you stick with the service, they're gonna last. They're gonna bring you home.
Break them in right. Do everything that they tell you
Maintenance
to.
by the book. I can't
The
stress it.
AC.
It's a little. The two strokes we can let them last a couple years without service. Then four strokes are too expensive. Too many moving parts. We got to stay on
Right.
top of them. Brand name stuff.
But you also do stuff simple as changing up.
water pump.
Yeah, water pump, lower unit oil.
Major surgery.
Yeah.
I'll do
Yeah.
major surgery.
Okay.
We rebuilds. Transmissions, lower units. The whole works.
Bored out.
Everything you can imagine. Hop it up.
Make that. Make
No,
that,
I don't
make
hop
that
'em up.
25
No.
run like a 50.
No.
Hey, it's a tournament show now. It's
They
a
did.
tournament show.
I gotta get there fast.
We gotta get there before the rest
yeah.
of them.
I don't need Morgan coming out by me going. Brrr. I want to go.
He's in a champion. I'm in a 25.
Get you a two-stroke if you want to get fast.
No, I got a bunch of
They
those.
gonna get you faster.
Get you faster to the gas pump too. That four-stroke, you
They
can
get
a
you
little
there,
bit
but you ain't coming back
Right,
probably.
without the gas.
No,
I passed you over in Covington once. You filling up, and look, man, I saw you.
Oh, look. Look
100, 200.
yeah. I drove to Toledo Bend the other day and got off the interstate and realized I'm out of diesel and I'm out of gas in the boat. So that was like 30 gallons of diesel and 50 in the boat. So I was just like,
Pay to play.
no, I was looking for a bank. I was like, we're going to rob one of these up here.
ATM
So,
machine.
no, ATM, you got to like break into those. You just go into a bank.
Pittman, Pittman.
Lusher. L-U.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Just walk into a bank.
Yeah.
Break into what?
Give me the
Yeah.
So
money.
what about you do any bass fishing, or man, I can imagine this place keeps you pretty busy.
I'm
you have
pretty busy
family.
here. I try to get out there at least a couple times a year.
A year?
I know. I'm
You need
strictly
better
devoted to
friends.
my customers here and keeping them out
You're
of
married,
the water.
aren't you?
I'm
Yeah,
married.
see? It's cool, man. Let's
Guilty.
Yeah, it's
When,
cool.
when
man.
you do go, what area do you choose to go to?
I like I like the Wrigley's.
Local?
I
Wrigley's?
like to keep it. I don't even go very far from the boat launch.
Yeah.
I was speaking to one of the guys here. I like to fish the sloughs and the ponds.
Go Hagen's is always had
I
every
have
species
fished a
in it.
lot of fish out of Go Ahead.
Man, that's like training wheels on a bike. You can
I-
always catch a
Yeah.
fish right there.
Unknown, I go as far as Unknown Pass, and I work my way back in towards the launch. There's so much fish right in that area right there. I find some good water and just top water or cork and throw it in the marsh and pull it out. They're right there. You can see a lot of the fish on top of the water. I mean,
Definitely.
I enjoy the sloughs.
That's the best thing about the North Shore. You don't ever have to run far from a launch to catch multiple different
Yeah.
species, no matter any launch.
I love it.
Now, you
I
know,
love it.
another thing I'm looking at is with this bass explosion coming out further south, do you think we're going to get any tournaments in that area? I mean, that's turning into, you know.
I think it's reachable from the East Pearl.
Yeah.
The East
Oh, no
Pearl
doubt.
has the
Yeah,
has
I
the
guess so.
facility to park, 50, 60
Mhm.
boats.
Yeah.
So,
So that would be where you would.
I think so.
Yeah.
There's a few things happening. The Paris Road area. I think Bienvenue's
Bienvenue.
got a launch or two that people will skip
I'd
out
love
of.
to see a bass
but
tournament out of there. Now, I think the
I
Southern
think there's
Bass
one there
Anglers-
tomorrow.
Southern Bass Anglers. We're gonna have
Yep.
to check. We're gonna have to check North Shore Fishing Report, the
Right.
Bass Series page, and
It
then
is,
get
it's
up
tomorrow.
to date on. It's tomorrow, and who's that?
Southern
Southern
Bass
Southern
at Bayou
Bass, okay.
Bienvenue. I'm not
Is
sure
that
what,
at the
what
truck
launch
stop?
are they using. Which one? The front or the back?
The back.
About
What
like
is
by
that?
Bait
Is that Bait
Incorporated.
Incorporated?
Next one behind Bait Incorporated.
Behind,
Right.
okay.
Bait Incorporated.
motel.
So that's tomorrow.
Okay, the motel launch one.
Behind the truck
What
stop.
what other tournaments we got coming up? What's
I know.
Bass Assassin Sunday.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get Chris in here to
Yeah.
promote that. Talk a
So,
little bit about that.
We need to get on those tournament directors about. There's a calendar. Don't
Yeah,
look at
yeah.
Don't look at me like that. Florida
Hey.
Parish is on
Yeah.
it.
I
Florida
posted,
Parish
I
is
saw
on
that.
there.
I posted on mine
Yeah.
for 2 circuits.
Yeah.
Really? On the calendar? You did that like on your way
What
here.
calendar?
What calendar? Dude said what
I sent them to
calendar?
him.
No, man, you gotta go on the
forum,
calendar.
There's a calendar, and you could just post up, and it hopefully if we
Get
can get
another
everybody
beer, man.
to do
We
it.
Well,
will.
we
thanks
can-
for posting about it.
Yeah.
I knew we'd get him.
Yeah.
But yeah, they if we could get the and I may even go on there and try to update it just so people. I saw
I might recruit somebody. A specific job of updating tournaments.
Terry.
Oh,
He's not
good
here.
Lord.
He can do it.
Yeah, he goes, Terry's not here. Huh? Terry's wearing out already.
Yeah.
Actually, while we're talking about Terry Jones, I want to thank Terry Jones
Definitely.
for stepping in, reorganizing the point system,
Revamping, organizing.
Yeah, this is actually what's been done is it's rewarding anglers who place top 3 in bigger tournaments.
Right,
So the
definitely.
competition's there.
Definitely.
You know, you're beating 40 guys. You need to receive
Right,
more
and
points.
what you're fixing to see though in the standings, we'll go through those in just a minute, but you'll start seeing now that Chris and Bass Assassins are starting to roll pretty regularly.
Mhm.
You'll see those guys that Dockside may have drawn 20,
28. I think,
20
at the last
28 or 30 somewhere in there. So first place did get 28 points
Mhm.
in that, but basically 2 Bass Assassins tournaments equal a Dockside tournament when you
Yeah.
look at it point wise. So
Yeah.
it'll make it interesting
Oh,
this
yeah.
year for sure.
I mean, but the more tournaments, the whole reason for creating it is the more tournaments you fish, the more points
Correct.
you score. So,
Correct.
hopefully get these guys.
Maybe get some of those East Pearlers
Yeah,
to come
those
over to
East
the
Pearl guys,
Chafunkta.
man, they don't like to make the run.
Y'all
Get
don't
'em
like to
over
come to
there.
us neither.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait a minute, wait a
Uh-oh,
minute.
it's a
You know I
battle here.
donut. You know I donate over there.
They got a few that.
Yeah, Florida Parish just wrapped up their tournament. They had, I think, 13 or 14 boats show up last Sunday in that monsoon. I've got to get that to you to get posted. But yeah, I did. I saw that. What were you thinking, Chris Basie? We're going to talk about that in a minute. Hold on.
Absolutely.
But
I have
anyway,
some zings.
yeah, I
I
saw
have
that
some zings.
Facebook post or something.
To be continued.
I'm not on Facebook or Bookface or anything.
My
but,
face.
But yeah, he was Trenton.
You might have made $1 million there.
Yeah, he might have. Trenton showed me
Check
that
that
Chris
domain-
was under
domain
the.
name.
Right?
Yeah, I've already got it on GoDaddy. We're good. So, but I think there was 13 pounds wanted on the Chafuncta last week. Took over 11 pounds of bass to place third. So it was I think they timed it, hit it just right, and I think Chris thought he was going to time it just right, and he did. With the hail and everything else coming down.
Perfect.
Yeah, perfect time, and he got back to the little shelter just in time. So, I'm not going to say what he looked like under the shelter, but he looked, I don't want to say there was fear in his eyes, but he looked scared. Yeah, well, you know,
let's actually bring Chris in here. We can promote Bass Assassins. Thanks again.
Yeah,
for
thank you
having us.
very
Thanks
much.
for shredding
Yeah.
it, man.
Absolutely.
That's excellent.
Thank my wife.
Yeah.
You know
You
what?
thank her, too, for letting you stay out this late.
Oh, there's more to come.
Yeah, I'm just getting
You know what?
started.
We're gonna make a little better sense of this.
Oh,
We're gonna let the
hey.
guests come right
No.
here. How you like that?
Oh, I get the wireless.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right, let's see if this thing works. It actually works if you hold it up to your face.
It does. It does.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, I think that was a shot at Randy.
No, okay. I'm sorry.
Chris Basie with Bass Assassins. Chris,
What's
what
up,
do we
guys?
have? What do we have coming up?
We got this Sunday. We're going to be on East Pearl,
Okay.
in the muddy East Pearl.
Now you got a new boat, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Can I take that through Friday's dish?
No, you cannot.
Is that fully broken in? You can
Not
open
yet.
her up?
This
Come on.
tomorrow, I'm breaking it in the rest of the week.
How was your 1st
I'm
tournament
free.
with your new boat?
It was interesting.
What tournament was that?
If,
Bayou Liberty?
this is a talk show, so
Yeah.
we need
It
more
was
than
interesting.
that was interesting.
Yeah.
It was
It
one
cranked
keeper.
up,
All right, hold on.
and I
It was
drove it.
one keeper. It was about, well, my limit's 11 inches. It was 11 and a half.
Okay.
You know, I get to the launch. My dad, I go get my fish. I said, I'm going to get my fish. Everybody done weighed in. So I walked back with just one little keeper. My dad said, you ain't going to weigh it. I said, you're damn right.
Yeah, yeah.
It's my first keeper in this boat.
Right,
Bam.
absolutely, absolutely.
So let's pull up the rankings. I'd like to get you.
You want to pull up? Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry.
No, don't worry about it. We've been there, done
It take
that.
3
Yeah.
minutes.
No, it'd take a lot longer than that. We'd have to get something else probably.
Well, I could start out with the top. Let's start out now. Something new we're doing on North Shore Bass Series. I gotta take a breath because it's a little work updating the top. Everybody who places.
Yeah,
we
there's.
are keeping track of.
Yeah,
now.
I
Okay, so,
did
you
notice.
that.
Yeah, there's like 20.
Well, I'm actually on this one now?
Yeah, no, probably
No.
not. No, not yet, not
Not
yet.
yet.
I didn't mean it like that, man.
It's still, the
Top
year's still
3.
young.
You place top 3 anytime this year?
No.
You're not on there.
Hey, me neither. But I hadn't fished anything either, so.
Let's start at the top. I mean,
The
these
usual
faces,
suspects.
these faces are permanent. I mean,
Yeah.
Mark Moore, Charlie Duzat, good Lord, locked
Yeah.
in on the
Always the
East
best.
Pearl.
That was the worst thing that happened to everybody else fishing
Yeah.
about 3 years ago when they decided to stop taking each other's money and take ours.
Yeah.
So once they joined up, it was been like,
It's a peace deal,
Yeah.
a peace accord.
oh yeah,
signed a
definitely,
peace treaty.
definitely. But yeah, I mean, you can't argue with them. Between them,
Literally,
You
you
know,
can't argue with them.
you can't. You can barely get Charlie to smile, but he might.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
well,
man.
that's
Look,
something we
I'm
need to
sorry.
talk about.
I'm sorry, Charlie. I didn't mean it.
Look, I get the pictures at North Shore Fishing Report. Okay, yeah, man, he looks very mad. I'd hate to see if he came in last place.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
Well, maybe his thumbs hurt from holding the fish, and
Oh,
that's why
yeah.
the pictures.
No,
is
His
like,
shoulder hurts a little
That's
bit.
yeah,
Picture's
maybe
worth
so.
1,000
All right, move
words.
on before he comes after us. We good. So yeah, those two are tied for first, so we're good with that.
I'm
Yeah.
going to turn that phone off. He's zeroing in.
Mm-hmm. You're right. You're right.
All right, number 2, Danny Giovingo and Nick Giovingo. Now, these guys fishing more tournaments. You think? Last year they weren't even ranked. I saw.
Yeah, I'm not real sure. I know
PRTT, Liars and Lunkers, they just won the first Liars and
Yeah.
Lunkers with almost 16 pounds.
Right. So I mean they. I think they fished a few last year, but they may have gotten rededicated themselves this
I mean,
year
you
or
see
something.
it,
So
yeah.
They've been
That's
around.
great.
yeah,
Been around
definitely.
a while.
Believe Mighty